and why? I didn't know this was happening to my child. How didn't I know? And
Y'all, this situation just keeps getting messier by the minute. The YouTube streets are buzzing again, and this time, it's not about the usual drama with CJ Sokol. CJ on 32's recently came forward with some disturbing claims. He's now alleging that CJ Sokol may have had an inappropriate relationship with Royalty's daughter, Jalea. Now, before I go any further, let me make it clear that these are allegations. Nothing has been confirmed, but it's wild that we're even having this conversation. I don't know how y'all feel, but when you hear something like this, you gotta pause and take it in for a second.
I'm just gonna be here to protect my daughter and protect her decision and her privacy, because it's not my story to tell. I wasn't there, and I don't know what she had to go through. So I'm not going to speak about something that's very private, and I know you guys are wanting to know all the details and all that because you are not the detectives, you are not the police, and that's not your job to do any of that. Like I said, I'm very broken and I'm very disturbed about the whole situation, and just know that somebody that my kids once looked up to and called him dad, it just makes it even 10 times worse. Ever since I got this information, I just asked myself every day, like, how and why? I didn't know this was happening to my child. How didn't I know? And the only thing myself can tell me is that if I would have known this was going on, I would have never been able to see my kids ever again. Just know that I'm very proud of Jalea for her strength and her courage, for even saying anything, because it's victims out there that take this to the grave, that are scared to speak up about stuff like this because people don't believe them or because they're too embarrassed. Hear something up like this, because in a million years I never thought this would happen to me or my family. I admire my daughter's strength for even saying anything, and I love her for that, and I thank her for that. And for you small-minded people to think that I would just sit there and let this man abuse my child with me knowing that, you have to be dumb. You have to be sick yourself to think that I would just sit there and let him do this to my child. There isn't enough money, clout, or fame for me to just sit there to let him do this type of things to my child. What would I gain? What would we gain from any of this? What, to make you look bad? You already make yourself look bad every single day. Every time you open up your mouth, you make your own self look bad. I don't have to do that. For hate, we already get hate from the things that you have said about us, for the things that you have said about me, which never are true. You've called me a bad mom for so many months, for so many years, and I still haven't got none of my kids taken away from me. Not one. You've sent the people to my house several times. I have to take several drug tests. I've never failed. Well, for money, I didn't say anything about suing you. I don't ask you for a penny now. I don't want anything from you. I didn't even want this to be brought to the internet. It was a private discussion that got out. I didn't want this to happen, but since I have to come up here and clear some things up, I'm gonna do that.
We all know CJ Sokol's history with royalty and her kids has been complicated, but to hear that something like this could have allegedly gone down, it's shocking and disturbing, especially considering how close he was to that family for years. If there's any truth to these claims, the internet is gonna explode, and things are gonna get way uglier than they already are. But again, this is still unfolding, and we don't have all the details yet. I'll be keeping my eyes on this because if more comes out, we're gonna need to sit down and really talk about this one. So stay tuned y'all, cause I feel like this is just the beginning of another storm.